What's up, Indi ED? Hello and welcome to the final virtual showcase of this year. Hi, I'm Lily and I'm officially awesome. Want to know why? It's because I decided to do a project on interior design and how it ties into adaptability. But let's not get in over our heads here. Why did I choose interior design? Well, I first got into interior design when Miranda introduced me to this really awesome software called Home Design 3D. It's a software that allows you to design, build, and decorate houses. From the first day I got this, I knew it was the perfect thing for me. So, when I heard that I was able to do a project based on that, I thought, why not? It could be fun. And it was. But how does interior design tie into adaptability? It's actually pretty straightforward. In interior design, you have to be able to adapt the space that you're designing to fit your liking or everyone else's needs. This brings me to the next thing that I want to say. For my experience, I interviewed Caitlin Grady, the creator of the Body Electric Yoga Company. I asked her a few questions about interior design and adaptability. One of the questions was, do you have any suggestions about the requirements or things to keep in mind around people with special needs while designing? Her answer was that you really just have to go above and beyond, which means think about everyone's requirements and just times them by 2. Thank you, Caitlin, for the awesome interview. Now, back to the software, Home Design. I decided for a part of my project that I would design a house for a person in a wheelchair. The house was already built, but I thought it needed a bit more pizzazz. Before I show you the video, I'd just like to say that my inspiration was from my great-grandfather, who has been in a wheelchair ever since he lost his leg on a motorcycle accident. I was thinking about him the other day and thought this would be a great thing to include in my inquiry project, designing a house for a person in a wheelchair. Now, here's the video to show you what I did. In this first part of the house, we see the front, and as you can see the door, I made the door extra big so the person in the wheelchair would be able to get through, and same goes for the garage. And then for the picnic table area, I put it there so he'd be able to get in and water the plants, but I made it bigger so he could do that. Here in the dining room, I removed one of the chairs so the person in the wheelchair would be able to fit in without having to move the chairs every time. As you can see here, I made the couch a little smaller so the person in the wheelchair would be able to tuck in when he wanted to watch TV. In this bedroom, I removed one of the bedside tables from the side of the bed so the person in the wheelchair would be able to get in the bed easily. In the bathroom here, you can see there's a carpet, so when the person wants to get in the shower, he doesn't scuff up the floor with his wheelchair. In the kitchen, I made everything a little bit smaller so the person in the wheelchair would be able to access it. I also made this room a little bigger so he'd be able to get in and spread his wheels. I also thought the garage would need to be a little wider so the person in the wheelchair would be able to get in and out of the car easily. Also in this bedroom, I removed one of the bedside tables so it'd be more wheelchair accessible. Just like the guest bathroom, in the master bathroom, I put carpets all the way around the shower so the wheelchair wouldn't scuff up the floor when the person tried to get in. Out in the pool area, I moved the picnic table to the other side of the door so the person in the wheelchair would be able to get in and out of the pool without causing any trouble. The last thing is I made the barbecue a little shorter so if the person in the wheelchair wanted to cook dinner, they would be able to without any struggle. Home design isn't all that I did though. I put a lot more research and effort into this project. For example, I learned about a ton more software that you can use to design or decorate a house. I know my dad uses this software called Adobe Illustrator to design his houses. There is also another one called AutoCAD that architects study for years at university. At one point in this project, I had a partner, Nina. She was the one that actually came up with the idea for the project. But then coronavirus happened and we had to work from home. We both had our struggles and eventually decided it was better that we worked on our own. But I would just like to say thank you to Nina for coming up with this great idea. You helped a lot. Thanks. You can design almost anything if you put your mind to it. Over here is a picture of a horse stables. Someone recreated these horse stables in Minecraft. Wow. So you see, you can design anything, but you just have to put in the effort and be able to adapt when needed to. And now, to the credits!
Great job, Lily. That was an amazing presentation. All theme parks start with a brainstorming session that Imagineers used called Blue Sky. We learned that it can take from 1 to 2 years to fully develop an idea before you can even begin building your theme park, and another 5 to 7 years to build it. Paloma decided to go through Blue Sky and beyond. And in only 6 weeks, when she created her space theme park. How to adapt an Andromeda park. Welcoming Paloma. Woo!
Hello, my name is Paloma, and welcome to Unit 3 Showcase, but virtual. I hope everyone is staying safe and not getting sick. For my inquiry project, I decided to create a theme park. Not just any theme park, but in space. I know it sounds crazy, but if you know how to adapt to it, you should be fine. In order to create this theme park, I used my imagination and engineering. And combined, that's Imagineering. Doesn't that remind you of Disneyland? The theme of my park is space, and the name of it is Andromeda Park. And Andromeda is a galaxy. I'm going to give you a virtual tour of my park. Oh, and before we do that, you're probably wondering how this is tied to adaptability. Well, let me tell you. If you ever want to be an Imagineer, you have to have a big imagination. Most importantly, I mentioned in the beginning that this isn't space, so I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. Now that you have a better idea, let's go over how we are even going to get to Andromeda Park. We are going to travel in a rocket ship which will lead us to the space station, where the park is. But before we get into the station, we will go through a tunnel where you will be able to grab all the supplies you need to adapt to the new environment. So, what are you waiting for? Let's get on the rocket ship. Now that you're safely buckled in, remember this will require some good adapting because space has a very different environment. So, ready for the countdown? 'Landed at Andromeda Park, we have to make sure that we have all of the materials that we need to adapt to the new environment. Welcome to Andromeda Park. As you can see, we have a roller coaster which is called Stargazer Roller Coaster. This roller coaster has been adapted with special weights and tracks that will allow you to reach very high speeds. This roller coaster will take you to Star Cafe, where you can eat like an astronaut by trying freeze-dried and vacuum-packed foods. Right next door you will find the Galactic Gift Shop. Here you can bring home unique gifts from space. Next you will find the Space Artifacts Museum. This is full of mysterious objects from space, like all kinds of space rocks, including a big one from Mars and actual gold-colored pieces from Venus. Next is the Sun Trail, which you can walk whenever you feel like taking a little break. Hope you're enjoying so far. Another unique feature of Andromeda Park is that it includes a space school for all of our alien friends. Imagine if they were learning about how to adapt to planet Earth to one day come to visit Disneyland. Bye Andromeda Park, going back to Earth. Thank you for coming to see Andromeda Park with me. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new.
Wow, another amazing park concept. I would love for this to be real because I want to go to space so bad and I just love space in general. So thank you, Paloma, for making something that could possibly happen in the next couple hundred years. I don't know. You never know. Technology, you never know. Technology could just make it happen. What's this? We have a special guest. Hello there. Sorry, anyways. Our next presenter is going to be showing us something pretty exciting. Ani will be showing us one of her new songs, which is part of her new album. I'm excited. I bet you are too, so let's get into it. He's excited too. Let's go.